like, as usual, I feel like the past couple of sessions, I've always been the late pokey. And I apologize profusely because I being so unprepared. I think it means that like it'll take like 15 minutes of us playing before I actually settle down and get focused, if ever.
It's fine.
But if we're all physically, if not emotionally prepared.
Well, before you say that,
Uh-huh.
do we have a Sirenscape link, or are we not bothering?
Oh, we do have a Sirenscape thing. It shouldn't be different, but I will post.
Oh, I will try the old one.
Yeah, I'll get the old one.
I think the old one will work. Maybe it won't. Maybe it changed. I don't know, because with us doing the Pathfinder game, maybe I'm fiddling and funking around.
Yeah, it don't look like it's working.
Okay, I will post one.
Oh, look,
Right
somewhat
now it's
bobbled
just
then.
splashy sound.
Keep seeing the odd bobble go up, so maybe it is, and we just.
Maybe it's just quiet because it's just splashing water because like you're trudging through the sewers, getting your boots soggy.
Yeah, this one works. The new one works.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
It just kind of sound like splashing in the tub. I forgot a coaster. Okay. I know, right? Tisk.
All them water stains. Condensation stains, whatever.
Yeah, and it wrecks the finish. Ugh. That's the monster. That's the monster of the session. Water rings. Oh, okay. Housekeeping. Yeah, we're playing now, or we're not quite playing, but we're getting ready to play. We're getting the emotional space to play. So, like, I think I said something, but I don't know. Did I say something? So the new Unearthed Arcana rules for 1D&D, whatever came out, and as I was hoping for, Paladins have cantrips now.
You said that, and I meant to look, and then I didn't. So.
Well, catch up with yourself.
Yeah, we'll worry about it later.
You can have 2 cantrips from the Cleric spellbook added to your fanciness.
Okay.
Which means, Spirit of the Dying. No.
What is that? Is that all there is?
No. I'm just like Spirit of the Dying would probably be a good choice. But you know what? Ignore me because it's your choice. This is your character.
Is that some foreshadowing?
I think she's trying to tell us that she's going to try and kill us.
I'm always worried because, you guys all have, 2 of you have access to healing, and Kai can make potions that heal. So it's not like you're completely bereft, but sometimes I worry on like extended dungeon slogs or something like that you're going to be in. I don't know. I think I just worry a lot. I worry. I'm like a dungeon master mom or something. Dungeon mom.
That is a good idea. Oh, guidance. How many can you say I can have? 2?
2. You get 2 at this point.
All right, I'll take guidance and spare the dying.
I talked about it in the past, but this time I really did add Yelena's dreadful strikes damage, her psychic damage to her weapons in Fantasy Grounds right now.
Cool, so I don't have to do the extra.
You shouldn't have to. Similarly, I also added a crowbar to your inventory, which I meant to do like ages ago, ever since you got the Explorer's kit at the city gates. But I did it for real this time. I didn't just imagine I did it. Okay. I made a note here about trying to figure out how Hunter's Mark works. I know I told you, but I also knew that I would forget by the time we played. So when you cast this, you drag the spell's effect to Yelena, and then it should automatically add the d6 piercing damage to your hits and put the concentration state on you.
Excellent.
Actually, I don't remember now because I think we talked about it last time. Because we're kind of like using all the good bits that they say from 1D&D and ignoring all the crap, they shifted Hunter's Mark to be a ranger feature. So you don't have to use a spell slot for it anymore, up to your proficiency bonus, which means you get like three uses of Hunter's Mark per long rest for free.
Okay, cool.
I don't know if that's concentration or not. I can't remember. It's been so long since those rules came out. We're going to treat it like it's concentration for now because that would mean coding it again. And I don't have the mental capacity for it right now. I mean, we'd have to like remember which Hunter's Mark is which. That's just a lot. But we might have to manually remove the effect sometimes, though, because it literally will last an hour's worth of rounds in the combat tracker, which is a lot. It's like, I don't know, it was like 100 rounds or something, 600 rounds. It was a lot. And, it's a virtual tabletop. Sometimes things are not, doable. But I did check that the short rest will properly remove it. If you take a short rest, it'll take off your hunter's mark. So there's that at least. We're not going to remember any of this, but I made notes.
I know, exactly. I'm just thinking, it's like, oh God. Doomed.
Put a pin in it. I did make notes. We're not going to remember it, but hey, we made an effort. The effort has officially been made. I added a section called Healing Potions on your action tabs in Fantasy Grounds so that when you have a mystical chicken wing or a potion of healing, you can drag the healing roll directly to yourself or others.
Ooh, fab.
As it should be. I don't know I think most of you have eaten your chicken wings, but that doesn't mean that you can't make them sometime in the future. And I think you have potions of healing, and like Kai can make things. So this is just preparing for, alchemy and acquiring items. And then Kai, last time I brought up your arcane recovery wizard feature, but I got it wrong. The amount of spell levels you can recover once per day after a short rest is half your wizard level, but it is rounded up, not rounded down. So you actually get 3 levels of spells back from the short rest last session, which means you could have gotten back a fireball.
Okay.
So if you gave yourself back a level 2 spell, you could either also give yourself back a level 1 spell slot, or you could take away a level 2 spell slot and give yourself a fireball. Does that make sense?
Yeah. This is updated, hasn't it?
It has updated.
Changed. And my little tick boxes aren't there anymore. So what do I do? So
No.
At the minute, I've got 4 level 1, 3 level 2, 2 level 3.
Let me look at you, because it did update it, and I know it was an update that changed file structure a little bit, which makes me, now that you've said that, makes me worried that it updated some of my custom stuff got wiped. Please say it wasn't wiped. Oh.
So I can see the chicken wings, so that's there.
It's because I think it's because you're in preparation mode, probably because of me fiddling with your spell sheet. So if you don't have tickies on your spells, go down to the bottom left corner where it says mode, click on it till it says combat, and you should get tickies. Maybe. I don't know. Does that help at all?
Yeah, I've got tickies. Yeah.
Okay.
That helped.
Yay, tickies!
Yay! So I've got, right, so if I untick one of my 3rd level spells and tick one of the 2nd level spells.
Right.
Yeah.
Then you're golden.
Okay.
All this talk of tickies makes me think of like the curry you were saying earlier, and tiki marsala. Yeah, it's going to be that kind of day. Okay.
What's Pact Magic? That's appeared. I've got Pact Magic 4th, 2 spots. Is that alchemy?
That
I thought it was packed with warlocks.
That I have absolutely no idea what that's for. That sounds like update magic. You don't have pact magic.
Oh.
You're not a warlock. I don't think you're accidentally a warlock.
I've got healing potions in there now.
You do, because that's what I was talking about earlier. Adding the mystical chicken wings.
Yes, okay, yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Now I see my longbow, but I don't see my short sword.
Let me look at that too.
My faintly glowing longsword has got lightning magic. Ooh.
Maybe I need to equip it on you or something. Because I think it's in your inventory. It might just not be equipped.
No.
Magically appeared?
There it is, yeah. I had to click on it.
It got unclicked for being equipped.
Do you know, I think there's something wrong with mine. My level 2 and my level 3 spell list have gone. I've only got cantrips.
So like that's the difference. I think if you go like
Oh no, they've just appeared now.
it's because I changed your mode.
Okay.
So okay, let's say combat standard. So like preparation is like everything that you know, that everything that's in your spell book. And I don't know the difference. All I know is combat will only show you the things that are somehow marked prepared. I don't know.
Okay.
But
that's
it
fine.
doesn't, you know, if you leave it on standard or whatever, you can still cast things and life is good. And it'll have your tickies, your tiki marsala and all that goodness.
Okie doke. Right.
But preparation mode is the only one where I can add things like change the number of ticks you have or add like new use-based spells.
Okay.
So
Super.
I'll change everybody to standard. I don't know. Maybe that's part of the thing. I don't know. Oh, was there another question?
No, I was just about to say that for anyone who's new to the stream, this happens every month because we instantly forget everything we've done.
We play D&D once a month, and which means we have to relearn things and remember how to use Fantasy Grounds every single month. Because
that's the way we roll.
That's it. That's the scintillating aspect of the show. I think people like the 1.8 people who like watch this stream do it for the Fantasy Grounds confusion. That's got to be our main selling point.
It's our brand.
I go to, yeah. Have you watched that stream where they completely forget how to play every time they play?
Yes. It's the Memento stream.
It's like, oh, you mean them with the moonshine cherries? Yep, that's the one.
Polaroids of like the UI and Fantasy Grounds to remind us how things work.
Start doing little tattoos on the body.
Yeah.
Sticky notes, yeah.
Sticky notes, tattoos, and Polaroids.
Oh, dear.
That's how we play D&D. Okay, summary. We're getting even closer to playing the game. Oh my god. Can you handle the tension? Okay, so last session, you continued your trek through the sewer tunnels under Secomber, following the sounds of shouts and crashes to your southeast, in the hopes that you might be able to locate your boss, Lady Belafana Than, who may have entered an exploration zone above her level. That's basically the situation, I guess. Your cause for concern. She's not ready for sewers that have monsters in it. After withstanding the sewer stink, navigating hazards like bursts of steam from the pipeworks and green slime clinging to the narrow, damp tunnels throughout the sewers, the party discovered an abandoned crate apparently taken from Elkhorn Emporium. You found a hefty, valuable statue with ruby eyes inside, but because it was so heavy, you resolved to come back for it. The party reached a tunnel junction centered by a 20-foot square detention tank. The tank's water level was low, actively draining. The party spotted a body and another large crate floating a good 60 feet below in the water. The bridge over this tank had collapsed, which the party resolved could not hold up to the weight of multiple people carrying a crate laden similarly to the one they found the statue in. Crossing the detention tank caused a bit of delay in the session.
Just a bit.
It was a lot. It was a lot. You were thoughtful about it.
We're thorough.
Very thorough.
Everybody needs to get Misty Step.
I like really thought about like, do I need to like just create an item just to like throw Kai a bone, or do we have to make him work for it?
I mean, we almost threw Kai, so.
Or is the joke of this campaign being the wizard is the only one who does not have Misty Step ever? It's up to you. So, while Terrell and Yelena had magic of their... Oh, I talk about Misty Step in my summary. Okay, let's skip over that. So, eventually the party backtracked a little, fashioned a makeshift but sturdy bridge out of refuse planks and poles that they salvaged from the trash. The engineering integrity was basically championed by Kai's alchemy. Somehow that helped him engineer a bridge out of trash. Good for him. Sprinkles the owlbear could definitely smell Belafana had been in the tunnel south of the detention tank. She could also smell there were definitely more people and creatures traveling here recently than Lady B and the two dwarves, or like half dwarf if you're talking about Ragnar, accompanying her. During a Speak with Animals interlude, Sprinkles pointed out that where there was heavy volume of water, like the tank or the overflowing tunnel to the east, Her beak just couldn't pick up a good trail. The water was masking it. That didn't mean that no one had been traveling that way. It just meant that the rapids interfered with her sniffer. Yelena scouted ahead to the south, finding further bodies of a Black Earth cultist and 2 goblins, recently killed. She also found a collapse of the sewer floor, causing a hole to a chamber below, where she could just make out another body, mining tools, and a flowing fountain. The party, including an owlbear, all took their constructed bridge south to join Yelena, and everybody except the owlbear descended by rope into the chamber below. The chamber proved to be the ruins of possibly a garden or a conservatory, dating to the age of the Athalantar Empire. You discovered a golden bird cage with its long-deceased budgie occupant and signs of attempted excavation. The dead body was that of a stranger carrying signs of bludgeoning, but their cause of death appeared to be drowning. So, further exploring this running fountain, Terrell discovered it was actually a slumbering creature. The running water was not water, but a huge oozy plasmoid that Yelena identified as an abalin. 95% water, 5% death. After your trio took some hits, you managed to collectively defeat the abalin. After risking a short rest in your pursuit of Lady Bellafana, cultists, or whatever foul creatures may roam amok in these sewers below Secomber, you unearthed a trove of treasures from the now empty fountain, containing coin and a magical glowing longsword, its golden hilt shaped like a leaf, which is now in Terrell's possession, if I got that right. It's now been about 3 hours since you first entered these sewers. And you've just gotten up for your little rest. As you contemplate possibly climbing out of this collapsed chamber, you hear the sound of a squeaky voice up above, talking to Sprinkles. This is followed by a kind of chirp roar from Sprinkles, one you can identify as the sound of Sprinkles simultaneously yawning and trilling in curiosity. This is immediately followed by a shout of "Yeah!" and a patter of small feet. A shower of pebbles dislodge from the hole, raining down on you from above, as you hear Sprinkles exhale in an excited hoot. Suddenly you hear the thunk of your owlbear friend glumping away from the hole.
I'm going to shout up, Sprinkles, where are you going?
Roll animal handling.
Okay. Oh, God, not my best. Indeed, not my best.
Yeah, she's not minding you. She's running off.
Oh, acting exactly like my cats have always done.
But you guys are in a hole. What do you do?
I guess we need to get out of the hole. Did we climb down a rope?
Yes, you did. There is a rope dangling.
So we
Up the rope?
up the rope. I'm just wondering if one of us should do speak with animals and yell after her, or does she have to be close by?
I mean, at this point, Terrell had that chance when she shouted out like, "Sprinkles, what are you doing?" And she did the animal handling check. That was to see if Sprinkles stopped to mind and come back. But she's run off now. She's out of hearing range.
Bugger.
Up the rope then.
I guess we got to.
This is kind of like parents yelling to the sound of the racket their kids are making upstairs. That's what that whole dynamic was.
Okay.
So you guys, what are you doing? You're climbing up the rope? Is that what I'm getting the vibe
Yep.
of?
Yeah.
Let's climb up the rope.
Okay.
Well,
So what, Kai?
well, Kai's going to try and climb up the rope, but he's got noodle arms, so I'm not sure. I think he might have to be dragged up.
Well, Terrell
picks him up and shoves him up.
Okay, that's what I'm saying. Terrell might have guidance now. I don't know what she chose.
I did choose guidance, yeah. So if it's a roll, I will guidance.
But if you want to carry, I say if you're carrying Kai, yeah, sure, you can carry Kai on your back.
Okay, do that.
Okay. Piggyback up the rope.
Okay, but climbing up the rope, make acrobatics or athletics checks.
Yeah.
Hey, Kai's awesome because he's on somebody's back.
What the heck happened there?
Oh, the line of sight visit. Okay, so you guys have no problem. Kai, you didn't have to roll anything. I'm sorry, I should have told you that. But
Well,
Terrell,
you know, I thought I'd
Terrell,
pitch in.
Yelena. I mean, theoretically, if Terrell had dropped you, you would have been able to catch yourself at that roll. But you guys climb up, no problem. You're out of the hole. So I will reposition you on this map away from that other map.
Hang on. Kai's having audio issues.
Oh,
Can you hear us again?
yes, I can
Yeah,
hear you.
no.
Oh, I thought you were asking me.
No, sorry.
But I'm not Kai, am I? I'm just, easily confused. Be gone, map. So, like, Sprinkles, she shouldn't be seenable right now. Seenable. But I'm having issues. Oh, I'm having issues because of the fog of war. Sometimes technology cramps my style in the sense that it doesn't allow me to do the bare minimum anymore. Okay, you're out of the hole. Sprinkles isn't in the room.
All right. Is there anything to suggest what lured her away? Footprints or anything?
You guys do an insight check based off of what you heard. And actually, I think I meant to have you roll something earlier about that when you first heard the noises. But no, did I make a note of it? Did I make a good note of it? No, I didn't.
Oh, yes.
Cherry time.
Oh, it's a good job because I suck.
Both a 20 and a 1.
Okay, but does that mean I don't have to have a cherry?
One counts out the other.
You can tell the jar's getting low when it's hard for me to open. Either that or it's been like a long time since I've had a nat 20. Oh god. Okay.
Do they suck up more moonshine the less of them there is?
I don't think so. I just think it's just, they don't get better with time. It doesn't help.
Could be worse. They could be the moonshine pickles, which I did see at the
Wow.
ABC store.
Oh, I can't imagine.
I can't imagine.
I mean,
It does not appeal to me.
The cherry has as much flavor as any like bad maraschino cherry has.
Right.
And the moonshine is just, it's moonshine. There's not a complex flavor profile here.
Corn liquor.
It's just corn liquor. Dominating. Yeah, I mean, I'm just having like a brain fart. Like, I could have sworn I made notes about something, but I didn't. I had you roll an insight check. And from this insight check, Yelena, you know stuff. And this makes sense. This roll, at this point in time, the dice are reinforcing your class, your whole character structure. Because you being a ranger, you're like, I know what the sound of that is. That sounded like a kobold to me. That yark sound is very distinct. This sewer has kobolds.
Right. And the kobolds have lured away Sprinkles.
So, Yelena, you look around, and I'm not going to make you roll again because you did the natural 20. I'm going to say you look around, you recognize it's a kobold, you look for kobold tracks as well as tracks of your owlbear friend, and you can tell that Sprinkles went running off in the tunnel to the west.
To the west we go.
Okay. That's the one to the northwest of us, where we are now, yeah?
No, I'm still seeing the collapse chamber lower level map. Should I see a different one?
If you double click on yourself.
I will reshare the map.
I got it now. Oh, there's our dead friends.
Yeah.
Dead friends.
Okay. I don't want to go first because I ain't got dark vision. Although I don't actually know how dark it is at the moment. I'm assuming it's still dark though.
And this is me removing some of the every time when I push to talk and try to remove the fog of war at the same time, it's always a wreck.
Nah.
It always makes it not neat, and so then I always like fuss. So you go down this tunnel, hurrying down the tunnel. Is this describe your demeanor? Like, what are you doing?
Sneaking, but swiftly. I'm just speaking. I'm swiftly sneaking.
Meanwhile, Terrell is clanking along behind, ruining all of
Clank,
Yelena's sneakiness.
clank.
No, it's more like clank, 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 clank.
If you're sneaking,
Swift.
I will make you roll a stealth check just to see how quietly you're like moving briskly down this tunnel, following the trail of your
Okay.
owlbear.
Do we need to do that now, or do I have
Yeah.
time to peek?
You can do a stealth, and I'm just use it in general for like the next whole section.
Is that all of us or just Yelena?
All of you, unless
Oh,
Yelena
shit.
is indicating she's going ahead. Kai, no trouble.
Why did? Oh, penalty. Oh shit.
Yeah.
Told you I was clanking along behind you. Maybe I should go to the back.
Well, Yelena and Kai both managed to move very, very quietly as along this path. Terrell, though, yeah, clankety, clankety, clanky. You also have this new sword, and it seems to be made a little bit of like petrified wood or something. At least the hilt is that, and it keeps like bonking against your belt. You haven't like figured out how to wear it yet, because it's new gear.
Okay.
So there's just like this extra clatter of thunk, thunk, thunk. But it sounds a little bit like chopping wood. So I mean, you don't know what might be listening to stuff. Maybe they expect chopping wood in a sewer. I don't know. So there's some success, but not complete success in being quiet moving through these sewers. But as you dash down the tunnel, following the owlbear's track, you come to an open room. And you can see, you're not in range of it, but you can see that there are additional shots of steam working to the south of this room in the pipes. And you hear the sounds of there seems to be some pumps and pipe works working, doing sewer magic that's based in this room. There's a sound of water kind of churning, but you don't see any creatures.
Any footsteps?
Is that
footmarks?
stairs to the north of us up there?
There's stairs, but they just lead up to some of the pipe fixtures and valves. There's a little teeny trail of steam. It's not really any different from any of the pipe works that you've passed thus far. Just more of the sewer machinery. Maybe plumbing for a business above.
Okay, I'm going to cross the room and just start heading into that that tunnel up there very slowly.
Okay. Adjust yourself accordingly.
Do I hear anything?
Make a perception check.
Nice.
That's like your superpower.
Says Elfairs.
I don't know why I can't find. You do hear the sounds of your owlbear. And you hear a little bit of kobold shrieking as well. Mainly like in the quick scurry feet. Like you think that maybe like from what you can hear of Sprinkles, You don't think that at this point, Sprinkles doesn't sound alarmed like you think. You think she's just trying to investigate this creature, and the creature is
The
scared of her.
kobolds.
Yeah.
The kobolds are more freaked out. It's like,
Yeah,
okay.
the kobold's like, oh my god, it's huge.
Mm-hmm. Can we tell how many there are? Is there like a whole army of them, or is it like only a couple?
You can only pick out one kobold.
All right. Can I cast Speak with Animals and yell out for her?
Sure.
So I do so. I go, Sprinkles!
Make an animal handling check.
Oh,
that was so close for
that was
19.
so close.
Yeah, Sprinkles is having an unruly day. She is not minding. She's not listening to her people's voices. So you hear like this little kind of like grr hooting, like, yeah, maybe she heard you, but she's like, oh, that's not important kind of thing. Like, it's
So I've
almost like
cast.
that, yeah, I'll get right to it. And then she just keeps doing whatever she's doing.
So we can still talk with her, right? Since I've
still,
cast Speak with
you
them.
can still talk to her because I think it lasts like 10 minutes or something.
Okay. Like, where are you going? Where are you?
It's a thing! I'm not sure. It might be a goblin! I'm gonna lick it! I'm gonna lick it!
Don't lick it!
I go lick it! I'll be right back!
All right, so probably not too much danger. Let's, I guess, go forward.
Okay.
No danger to us.
Do you know what? I'll bring up the rear, Rich.
So as you move forward,
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna just like boop oop. Just start like revealing some map because geez. Let me open up notes about places that are under Fog of War, it seems like. Like it's weird. There's some weird functionality happening right now to me about my notes about the stuff.
So do we just keep going, I guess?
So you start to notice that there are some green slime on the ceiling of this tunnel. Yeah, you pick that up because you've gotten used to that. You've spotted that as a feature of these sewers and started being more, consciously aware of its presence. The tunnels in this area, they aren't the smooth stone of the rest of the sewer that you've traveled through so far, but they've been pockmarked into kind of a rough surface. And you notice the foul air has acquired an acrid tang.
Tangy.
While you see those signs of the slime mold plaguing the sewers, they're persisting, but there's also a sticky kind of elastic coating along the floors and walls, and it starts feeling like difficult terrain because your boots are sticking to the ground as you walk. It's kind of like the gunk is trying to hold you there.
Can we get Kai to fireball it?
Clean it with fire.
Well, Kai?
Yes.
Unless you've got something that don't take up as much of your spell slots or whatever.
Well, yeah. I mean, I've only got one fireball.
I was waiting to hear, is Kai gonna waste a fireball on like this?
Or we could get torches out, I suppose.
A fireball, that's a cantrip, and it's.
But yeah, you can use firebolt. Yeah, you can firebolt at will.
Yeah, I'll do a firebolt on the gooey, messy bit. Do I need to roll?
No, because it's all around. It'd be very hard to miss. I mean, if I made you roll, it would just be for like a nat 1 to see if you manage to somehow firebolt one of your companions. But we're going to skip that because I want this to be a low moonshine cherry day. And I say that now, and I'm going to have you roll like 80 times later in the session. But no, you shoot off a firebolt just to see.
Mhm.
This is gathering data, doing the experiment. And the fire it burns through the gooey stuff like normal things. It doesn't react like the green slime. Like, you spot a little random bit of green slime overhead, and you pop a firebolt off at that, and it sizzles and pops and just, disappears. Just into ash, a little sprinkle of ash coming down as you destroy that green slime. The goo doesn't seem to do anything like that. You don't think it is something animate.
Okay.
So we're just okay to just carry on walking through.
Well, I guess we're going to have to keep walking through. I take it Yelena can see signs that Sprinkles has
see-
gone this way.
I guess Sprinkles just can power through this stuff.
She's been waddling through, but as soon as I'm not keeping as we're talking about kind of exploring. I'm not totally trying to be dedicated to this map, if that makes sense. Because sometimes I think we get hung up on how many feet have we moved and all that, instead of just describing some things in between combats or hazards. But you've gone down these passageways.
Whoa,
Kai,
you just got very...
What happened?
You got very loud for some reason. Maybe I just hit a volume button somewhere.
Wow, so Rach managed to mute you about 10 minutes ago, and now Yelena's
Like,
turned
oh
you
my
right up.
god, it got very loud very quickly. I have no idea what I hit.
Chaos on the stream today.
All right. Okay. Like, oh my god. What happened?
It's very intense. I don't know. I might have pushed something. I don't know.
No, mine. I was looking at my volume thing. It went up. I have no idea what I was pushing because I wasn't. It must be something on the headset.
Sometimes I lean on things and I don't think I am, and then suddenly it sounds clunky. So Kai finishes doing his little test of this sticky substance and forming his conclusions. And as soon as he's finished that, he's like, "Well, I don't think it's alive." You hear a sudden shrieking yark coming around the corner, followed by a roar from Sprinkles.
Judge!
I'm fiddling with some stuff. So you run down the tunnel, round the corner to catch up with your owlbear, and that's when you see Sprinkles and a double-barreled kobold at the end of the tunnel, kind of rearing back as this large, amorphous, looming creature with two antennae just looms over your owlbear and the kobold. It looks like a huge, gargantuan slug. Roll for initiative. Roll for initiative!
It's on.
Yay, I rolled a 1.
Ooh, music went on.
Yeah. Theoretically, this is battle music for some kind of creature. Because Sirenscape, for some reason, doesn't have a giant slug battle by default.
Well, that's just not on.
So we're doing black pudding, pretending it's a black pudding. I am making myself crazy today.
I need something to shoot.
Sorry, I'm adding everything to the whatchamadoodle.
Map.
The combat tracker. And
Combat tracker.
Where is the slug? There's a slug. Okay. Okay. So giant slug. Filling.
He's so cute.
fit in the damn hall or something. I don't know what the problem is. Let me It won't let me like move Sprinkles. Maybe this will sort it. Okay, there we go. Sprinkles. Sprinkles. And oh, where's the
Say I can't see Sprinkles.
I can't either.
Oh, let me make her visible again. Yeah, I did that to like Sprinkles, where are you? There she is.
Yay!
Let me make her roll initiative. Oh, pretty good initiative for Sprinkles. She rolled a 17. You guys all roll initiative?
Yeah.
And there's one other thing. Oh, I gotta get a kobold on there.
Poor little kobold. Who probably didn't bargain on this today.
No, first he gets licked by a bloody giant owlbear who shouldn't be down in the sewers, you know, on any normal day.
He's like, ah! Yeah! And the giant slug is just, you see now, it's rapidly becoming apparent where the sticky goop was coming from, because it is all around the base of the slug, and there seems to be something dripping from its mouth-like orifice as well.
But-
And the stickiness is kind of hanging from its antenna as well.
Okay. I just want to say when it gets to my turn, I've got a bag of salt.
Yelena, you are the start of the initiative order.
All right. Not Sprinkles there?
And that is Sprinkles right in front of you.
I know. I thought she
She's
I
tied
thought
with
she rolled
you.
initiative.
She's
Okay.
tied with you, but I think your dexterity is higher than Sprinkles. So.
All right. So I'm assuming I've got a line of sight on the slug over Sprinkles, right?
Yeah, you
Does
gotta aim
she-
high. You gotta aim high because she's
Aiming
taking up
high.
a lot of Like if you nat one, you probably will hit Sprinkles. But otherwise, if
Yikes.
you aim high, you can get the slug in its head.
Okay. So I'm gonna do hunters. Let's see if this hunter's mark thing works. Hold on.
Okay, mark yourself.
Crosses
me.
everything.
Hope for the best. Expect
All
the
right.
worst.
I'm not doing the right thing here. Come on.
Are you marking yourself?
I'm trying to. It's not letting me do it.
Let me see. Blah blah blah. This is Yelena. This is Hunter's Mark. So dragging the effect icon to yourself?
Yeah. It's just not letting me do it.
I don't know what that's about. Are you trying to drag it to yourself on the map?
Yeah.
Are you
that-
dragging the little person button thing to yourself on the map?
It's the square thing.
Yeah, the square thing.
Yeah.
I don't
wasn't
know
working.
why that's not working. But you're marked now.
Okay. Awesome. So let's shoot this guy.
Shoot the slug! I was gonna make slurping sounds, but then I thought better.
Eek.
I mean, you just eat a moonshine cherry, it's the same thing.
Oh,
Yeah!
miss.
Oh. So your first arrow you shoot, you're having to take extra effort to aim around Sprinkles, and you didn't pick your angle right, and your arrow bounces off of the ceiling.
Let me look at some other stuff here. I don't know if I can get away with that. No, I'll just try shooting again. Hit!
Yay!
Alright, your second arrow lands true.
It's not a massive AC then. Oh no, hang on, you got a 21. Sorry.
Yeah, she got a 21.
Okay, then it could still be massive.
Do
Ooh,
18 damage with that one arrow.
Nice.
bloody hell!
Yeah, so that was like 8 damage for the arrow, 4 damage for your deadly strikes. Is that what it's called? And then 1 for your hunter's mark.
Whoop.
It all adds up.
Alright, do I need to move out of the way to let other people do stuff?
I don't
mean,
know,
I'm-
do you?
I'm gonna step back. To right there.
Okay,
Just
I'm gonna say, because I can't see Kai running in, but I'll probably need to.
So Yelena steps back. It's now Sprinkle's turn. Sprinkles kind of rears up in fear, and let you decide what Sprinkles does.
Well, it strikes me that she would probably attack it, because she wants to defend her newfound kobold friend, I would imagine. She might think that the slug is edible, that is true, so...
She might try to lick the slug.
Well, she might, and... in fact, as she goes forward, I'm going to shout, "Don't lick it!" Not that she can understand me at the moment, because I haven't cast...
I think she can still, like, enough time has not passed, she can still understand. Or at least Yelena has to speak with animals.
I'll repeat it. Don't lick it.
Alright. Okay, so she goes at it with the beak and maybe thrown off by Yelena shouting, "Don't lick it." She pulls back slightly so it doesn't actually hit the slug.
She's like, what is this? I don't think it's a orc or a goblin.
Oh, she's not doing well. Okay, so she fails miserably and we've distracted her from her attack.
Sprinkles is kind of scared. It's really big.
Okay, and that's her.
Is this a dragon? I don't know why Sprinkles is yelling so much today.
She's excited. It's obvious.
Is it a dragon?
If she steps back, it's going to have an attack of opportunity anyway, isn't it? So
Yes, it will.
then there's no point in moving. Well, would she move? No. Okay.
All right. Is she moving or not moving?
I kind of think I do kind of think if she'd attacked it, and it's not doing it, and she's a bit scared, then maybe she will try and back off a bit.
And
So
she's kind of having to step over. Like, when she moved forward, the little kobold was in front of her, so she stepped forward, and she kind of like has the kobold under one wing now. And the kobold's just making these like muffled noises, like it doesn't know what to do with itself because it's between a rock and a hard place as far as it's concerned. There's this giant slug in front of it. There's this giant owlbear behind it, kind of smothering it with feathers and fur. So it's just making these like kind of screaming noises. Like the kobold is in high panic. And it is the giant slug's turn. But I was saying that because the kobold is kind of under half cover at this point. Because it is within... Sprinkles is kind of guarding its new
Okay.
little friend.
I mean, potentially when she backs up, she took the kobold with her.
It's like her kobold. Oh, did she back up? Did I not understand that? I don't understand things.
Okay. Yeah. So she just backed up a couple of feet,
She
as if
definitely
like
backed up.
yeah.
So she like pulls the kobold with her.
Yeah.
But there's this attack of opportunity from the slug. It reaches out and whips with one of its antennae. I had this down as bite, but it is whipping. But it misses. She's just bouncy enough that initial hit doesn't land. But it is still the slug's turn. And it leans forward, glooming. And neck stretches out a full 10 feet, and it bites at Sprinkles. And lands pierces her
No.
with a natural 20.
Oh no!
Oh my God.
And you hear a sizzle as the teeth, the fangs of this slug sizzle. They seem to be caustic as the goopy stuff surrounding, dripping off the walls. And you realize now that this stuff is slightly acidic. And the pockmarks that you saw in the tunnel was the wear and tear of this acidic substance coming in contact with the stone from this giant slug. Sprinkles is seriously injured immediately, and you hear this like hoot of intense pain as she is immediately down to 1 hit point.
Oh, heck.
Because she had a little bit of a boo-boo going into this.
Ugh.
I guess we probably didn't apply hit dice to Sprinkles during the short rest, which we could have probably.
Hmm.
So roll a d8. Okay, so I'm gonna give her 3 more hit points back. So she's at 4 hit points to reflect the short rest. But yeah, Sprinkles has a boo-boo. She's in bad shape. And that is the slug's turn. The kobold, it took half that damage because it was under the protection of Sprinkles' wing, but it was so much damage that the kobold was partially protected. So it took 18 damage. It's still standing. It does not look as bad and in as bad a shape as Sprinkles does. But at this point, it flees out from Sprinkles' wing, and because Sprinkles is so injured, she doesn't fight it. And the kobold scurries down the hallway, yeah! And as it runs away, it pulls out this cannon kind of thing from its coat, and it winds it up, and it shoots it in the direction of the slug. Let's see. But somehow, this is so unfair, somehow the slug, because it's like very fluid and can move through tight spaces and is wibbly wobbly, it shifts out of the way as the cannon fodder shoots towards it. And I don't think it does any damage. I have to double check. Nope, no damage with the save.
Well, it was a nice try, kobold.
It tried. It tried so hard. And Terrell, it's your turn.
Okay. I'm going to run to here. I'm going to bonus action a Misty Step to here.
Stand between the slug and your owlbear.
Yes, and then I'm going to attack the slug. But I'm going to cast... so just to make things interesting, I'm going to cast Ensnaring Strike. Which means I have to work out how to bloody do it. So, do I do the attack first?
Yeah.
Or do I do the attack from this?
I think the general rule of thumb with smites is you always just do your attack first, because if it doesn't land, you don't get to use the smite anyhow. So there's no point in ticking off the spell if you don't land the hit.
Okay, and I'm going to pull out my new sword and see how that works. And really hope it doesn't get melted by this thing.
I mean, on the other hand, I think in terms of fantasy grounds, you probably do have to apply it first, but I don't know. This is why I said paladins are so tricky the way that they're coded.
Alright. Well, do you want me to do the attack from the Ensnaring Strike then?
Oh yeah, sure. Maybe that will help something, I don't know. If it will help apply some damage.
No, it won't let me pull it. Never mind then.
I'm
It hit!
You do hit with a 19.
Right, so let me see if the cast will work on it then. Oh, maybe that's it then.
I managed to make you disappear. Okay.
So does that mean it failed to save?
It failed to save.
Arriving master fire. Alright, so the target must succeed on a strength saving throw or be restrained. So that means that it should now be restrained because it failed its save.
Okay, you have restrained the slug somewhat. Let me do an effect. Let me do the effect of restraint on it. Wait, let me double check one thing.
Okay.
Okay, for now you have it restrained.
Okay, so it says while restrained by this spell, the target takes 1d6 piercing damage at the start of each of its turns. But do I still do my damage even though I've cast this,
Yes.
yeah?
Yes, that's just additional damage.
Right. Okay. Oh, that's the most effective thing I've done in ages.
So,
Woo!
13 damage.
Okay, and I get
using your faintly glowing longsword.
I am.
Pull like the leafy hilt off of your belt where it was like clunk clunk clunking, and as you pull it forth, the blade appears, growing like the branch of a tree, faintly glowing, and you realize at this point that when you have the blade, when you're wielding it, the glow is enough to dimly light the surroundings for at least 15 feet.
Oh, cool. Okay.
Or whatever the description says when I finally reveal the description of the sword.
Okay. So, not only is it a really funky sword, it's a nifty light source.
It's a nightlight.
Cool. Right, so I'm going to do my second attack.
All right. And 26 definitely hits.
Is that we got advantage on it because it's restrained?
Yes.
Nice. Okay. And I'm just going to stay there with my shield up.
So you did a total of 27 damage that turn?
Yes.
Woo!
It will never happen again.
But as you like slash into this slug, this ginormous slug, you're thinking, God, this is a bag of hit points. If hit points were a concept in the Forgotten Realm, that's what you would think.
Wow. Okay.
But this thing is just big. It's just this mass of stuff to hack into.
Sounds like kill it with fire time.
It does.
I've been thinking, do I use my last fireball on it, or do I try and do something else first?
It's up to you. Try something else if you want.
Yeah. Do what you're feeling. Because you're around the corner at the moment.
Yeah.
So, I don't know, maybe are you feeling like you want to hide?
Yeah, I'll run away. I'll go play with the steam jets.
Like making hand motions to Elaine, like, what the hell is happening down there?
Yeah. I shall move forward. And do you know? Do I do the fireball? What do my fellow adventurers think?
Did somebody have a bag of salt? That would be kind of hilarious.
Terrell had a bag of salt, didn't you?
I did. I did think about chucking it. I can pass my bag of salt on. Why have I got a bag of salt?
You got it off of something. Maybe an Ulavan?
Okay.
I think you got an Ulavan.
Right.
Anyway, I'm just gonna throw caution to the wind and do fireball on it.
All right. Caution to the wind, fireball.
Wait a minute. How do I do it?
I assume you're just.
Do I roll the save on it?
Yeah, you roll the save on the slug. All right, it fails.
Hey. Oh, look at all them dice.
All the fire.
Nice.
Okay, so you do 23 fire damage to the slug.
Yeah.
And as the fire kind of like roars through this tunnel, you see it sizzles up the goop that is in this tunnelway. And I mean, logistically, I probably should have forced you guys to do half movement because I said it was terrain, that it was rough terrain. But I forgot 5 seconds later.
Would that matter for Misty Step?
No, that would not apply to Misty Step. That would just
Then I'd
apply
be-
to walking to and fro.
Okay.
And probably for the distances that you're moving, like ducking around the corner and stuff, it probably doesn't matter. But now, because Kai has thoughtfully cast a fireball, it doesn't matter in this tunnel at all because he's sizzled away most of the goop, as well as sizzled a path up this giant slug. Though you realize you see a scorch mark, but it's still big, it's still looming, it's still antenna waving and teeth kind of snarling and dripping this steaming, goopy stickiness.
Okay. Well, I think that's all I can do, isn't it? Really.
It's pretty good. One thing I'm checking. Man, I'm rolling badly.
That's fine. You keep doing that.
Actually, I might stop rolling that thing. Yelena, it's your turn.
Alrighty. Don't know what I can do. I guess I can flip through. Go up to our buddy the right next to our buddy the kobold. He's not going to attack me, right?
He's too freaked out to bother with you. I mean,
All right. I say, excuse me. Pardon me. Excuse me.
his attention is like owlbear, slug. Slug is the biggest threat right now, so he's like temporarily set aside his panic over the owlbear.
Do I have any more poison arrows? I think I've got one more poison arrow. I wonder if that would work on this dude. Do I have any sense of whether poison works on slugs?
Do a nature check.
Ooh. Do you have any hollow arrowheads?
Guidance.
You could put salt in.
What do I do to get the guidance? Do I need to?
I
roll up?
just hang on. Oh, hang on. Do I have to be touching you? Hang on.
I think guidance only applies to skill checks.
Ability checks.
Oh, it
but-
does. You know, because I just told her to roll a nature check. Because this is my memory, y'all. This
But
is
it does
my
say,
memory.
yeah, but it does say I have to touch you, so I can't.
Oh well.
So,
Damn.
Okay. The other thing that Kai said.
No.
Wow.
So you don't remember anything about slugs and poison, Kai? You could affix something to any arrow if you do an Arcana check successfully.
Ooh. Okay. Okay.
That will be like representing using your alchemy skills to change an arrow into a flask-laden arrow.
Hmm.
I'm 11.
Don't even go there.
Let's say that you were guidance for that. Roll a d4.
Roll a d4.
Petty DM is the best DM. Okay.
Just
Actually, let me check something. Don't we have a note about your arrow stuff?
Who's
arrow stuff?
DC 12 for alchemical ammunition. So yeah, 12 does it. There's a note about some basic alchemy stuff that you can do, Kai, in Fantasy Ground.
Okay, so I can fiddle with one of
So you do.
Yelena's arrows and put salt in it, but I'd have to get Terrell. Terrell would have to chuck the salt at Yelena, yeah?
Okay. I'm gonna let you like Terrell.
What? In the meantime, why don't I just go ahead and shoot this guy?
Shoot your first arrow. In the meantime,
Let me shoot my regular arrows in the meantime.
Terrell, do an athletics check to see if you can toss your salt to Kai. while Yelena makes her first shot.
Are we rolling with advantage somehow?
Yeah, he's
It is
restrained.
restrained.
Ah, okay, excellent.
Yelena, you roll a 24, that hits. Terrell, you roll a 17 on your athletics check, which means that you managed to throw the vial of salt Kai's way. Kai, make an athletics check to see if you catch it.
Anarchy. It's -1.
To be fair, it's a bag of salt, so it
Can
won't
I roll
smash.
a D4?
Okay. I'm
That's chaos.
Yelena effortlessly lands her first arrow. It does 8 damage. While she's like getting business done, Terrell, you make this smooth throw. Like practically, it looks like it should fall right into Kai's hands. But he fumbles it because he's surprised. He's not used to catching things. Maybe he's a little nearsighted. I don't know. But but it bounces off of his robed chest and plops onto the ground.
All right, I'll just shoot regular arrow again.
So he's gonna have to pick it up next turn. So you have to shoot a regular arrow this round. 16 hits. Another arrow into the slug. This one doing 18 damage.
Nice.
Slug's still looking pretty hardy, even though it has a couple arrows sticking out of its bulbous
Good grief.
form. And you see it's kind of like jerking and weaving, like it's realized now that it's restrained. And it is a bit enraged by it not being able to move. So you see, like, it's starting to try to shake off whatever Terrell has done. Is there a saving throw for escaping your restraining strike stuff?
Let's see. Creature restrained by the vines, or one that can touch the creature that can use it, can make a strength check against your spell save DC on a successive target is 3'd.
Okay, I'll keep that
So,
in mind.
yeah, but it's going to take its damage first.
Yeah, I'll keep that in mind for the next turn. What's going to be the DC for that?
14.
Okay. Is there anything else that Yelena can do? Are you going to move any, or
Well, I can do Hail of Thorns as a bonus action.
Okay.
That says the next time you hit a creature with a ranged weapon attack, before the spell ends, the spell creates a rain of thorns. So I don't know if that means it's ready to go the next time I hit it, or if I can do that retroactively for the last hit I did.
Yeah, sure.
So this is retroactive. All right, so
I'm gonna say you can't. Normally,
Okay.
I think it would apply for the next turn, but let's get stuff done.
well, of course, the target of the attacking each creature within 5 feet of it. So I don't know if that affects Terrell or not. Must make a dexterity saving throw.
Yeah, Terrell's gonna have to make a dexterity saving throw.
Oh, thanks. It's all right. Go for it.
But she's got
Right.
armor on and stuff.
That's true. So if you fail it,
Can I guidance myself? Oh, it's not going to make any difference to that. Never mind.
now I don't know what it has to beat though. Is it my dex or?
You should have a spell DC. Let me look at you again.
Thank you.
This is me being very silly. It's 13, which let me double check your stats to make sure that's correct. Yeah, your wisdom is +2. Yeah, your proficiency bonus is +3. That's 8 + 5. 13 is your DC for the spell.
All right.
So it needs to. Let me roll for the slug. Or did you already roll for the slug? I'm so confused about the world.
I
right now.
have not rolled anything yet, so if you want to roll for the slug,
I
you
will
may.
roll a dexterity saving throw for the slug.
This dexterous slug.
This slug that has 6 dexterity, it's like me in real life. And it's restrained. So odds are looking pretty good that it rolled a 2.
Yay!
Yeah, so 1d10 piercing damage on a failed
Yes.
save, or half as much on a successful one.
Yeah, so apply your full piercing damage to both the slug and Terrell.
And Terrell, sorry Terrell.
That's
What do I do?
okay.
Just roll a d10?
Yeah, roll a d10 on both of them. Or, oh wait, it's on your sheet. It should be on your sheet.
Let me see.
I'm opening you again.
I've just realised as well that I've got a thing that says an effect for the 1d6 piercing, so I'm thinking if I apply that to the slug, it'll do it automatically when it gets to its turn.
Yeah, if you drag it to, if it doesn't happen automatically, you should drag that to it.
Right. Okay.
Yep.
All right.
Okay, that's it. Yeah, so like
Hey,
under
it's just
Halo
not
Thorn,
working for me.
Under Halo
Uh-huh.
Thorn, I don't know. It's like that little damage blood button. It should apply things to stuff.
Okay, let me do this.
I think this might be like, yeah, that happened.
Okay, I had to open it up.
Yeah, you do have to expand it for the
Sorry,
the
Jerome.
preset duration.
It could be worse.
Hey, you did less damage to Terrell than you did to Terrell, and Terrell succeeded in her concentration thing, so the restraining bit doesn't get canceled, which I forgot about.
Me too.
I forgot about that. I was like, oh yeah, sure, you can hit. Terrell has armor. That's not a big deal. Getting a hail of thorns shot at her.
I go, sorry.
Oh, my bum!
It's like the arrows go ting 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 ting, but then it like one lands just so, like where her shoulder meets the breastplate, and it's got a sting to it. But like now, this slug has so many arrows sticking out of it. Arrows, these like sharp-looking thorns with like gnarly little bases and stuff. Like you just threw a tree at it. It's crazy, and yet it's still like glooming over Terrell. It's twice her height. And now it's Sprinkle's turn.
Alright, well, I'm going to hold my arm out that's not got my shield on it and just tell her to go back. So she don't try and attack with her 3 points or whatever it is that she's got at the moment. So I'm just going to get her to move back. So she's going to squeeze past.
Everybody's like shuffling around Sprinkles. So
Yep.
move aside. Albert coming
Sorry.
through. The kobold, like, let me do a little check. Let me just roll a d20. Okay, so the kobold sees that the owlbear is getting moved away from the danger, so it like hitches a ride, and it like this time it's like, okay, I'll take my chances with the owlbear, and it hops onto the owlbear's back and rides Sprinkles out of the tunnel.
Cheeky!
And all of a sudden it realizes there's worse things than an owlbear.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, there's worse things than owl. And like technically, the kobold is still riding on Sprinkles. It's like climbed up, and you see its little kobold head peeking over Sprinkles' head, looking at the action. Anything else for Sprinkles' turn?
No, because I don't think she can actually heal herself, so...
Okay. That means it is the slug's turn. The slug takes the d6 of damage.
1? What? 1?
No, that was... Oh, is that what it was? I rolled a d6.
Oh, maybe it was
for
that
a
then.
different purpose.
Okay, because I haven't seen anything come up to say that it's taken its...
It has to automatically, so drag that damage to your slug.
Okay,
Or
so...
to your not slug. Not your slug, but to the slug. Your damage, though.
Oh, do a 1d6 then.
Yeah.
3.
Alright. So the restraints kind of like tighten, and they start to, you see that they're kind of boring into the pulpy flesh of this slug, and there's like this ooze that just kind of greenish ooze that comes out of the slashing wound. And at this point, the giant slug has so many arrows and thorns and slashing wounds that it's looming and it's large, and you see there's still like significant life in it left, but it's just also a mass of oozing, pulpy wounds, just slowly bubbling ichor forth on the tunnel sewer ground at its feet, intermingling with the with like the stickiness that the slug is secreting. Oh boy, I didn't think I was going to use secretions as a word today, but here we are. The slug tries to escape restraint. And that is a strength saving throw DC 14.
Yes. I've got a save button as well. Do you want me to try that?
Yeah, roll the save on it. Oh man, the slug is pretty strong, but it just didn't quite manage to struggle free. Is restraining? It means it can't attack, right?
Oh, hang on, let me check it again.
I always get grapple and restraining confused.
It's
Okay. A
While
restrained creature's
restrained.
speed becomes 0 and it can't benefit from any bonus to speed. Attack rolls against the creature have advantage. They have its attack rolls are disadvantage.
Yeah.
And it has disadvantage on dexterity saving throws. So it can still attack. And because it's unhappy about being restrained, it let us check something. Let me check something.
I mean, I'm fairly sure where that attack's gonna go. Uh-oh.
I never get this right, the whole moving it thing. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4. So it lets out. Suddenly you see it open its mouth and this kind of the dripping caustic drool just starts pouring out of its mouth, and from the back of its throat this jet of acidic spit shoots forth, dousing you, Terrell, and it just narrowly misses landing on Yelena as well. Make a dexterity saving throw.
No, this worked out so well last time. Oh, never mind.
Oh, and you save!
Yep.
So you manage to dodge out of the way, but the spray is filling the majority of this tunnel corridor, so you still take half damage.
Okay.
For a total of 7 points of acid damage. And you hold on to your spell.
Wow.
Your concentration is not interrupted. Kobold. Kobold looks at its cannon, slaps the side. It makes a funky little sound, like something's not working quite right. So the kobold shrugs and it pulls the sling off of its belt and tries to throw a bullet at the slug. It hits with a 14. It does 3 damage.
I wonder if you can slingshot the salt bag.
You notice that
Yeah, I was thinking that.
when the kobold throws this rock at the slug, the rock seems to bounce off the rubbery pulpiness of the slug's form a little, and you think you guys conclude that bludgeoning attacks don't do as much damage because of the rubbery nature of this slug's flesh. So throwing rocks at it is suboptimal, but if it's your only trick, it's, it does something. And that's rocks. Just talking about rocks and kobolds. Terrell, it's your turn.
Alright, here we go. Okay. Okay, I'm just
12
spin around
misses.
and try again.
Better. 22 this time with your second slash.
Okay, and because I've hit it, I'm going to take a bonus action of Searing Strike. or searing smite even. Your weapon flares white hot intensity and the attack deals an extra 1d6 fire damage. I'm really hoping it doesn't like fire. If I can remember, that one.
Okay. So you do 2 fire damage.
Right, then it says at the start of each of its turn, it must make a Constitution saving throw, and if it fails, it takes another d6.
Whoa! But you also need to roll your original damage.
Oh shit, what was that? That was me clicking save, that's all, never mind. Oh yeah, my original damage, yeah, sorry. I get confused with the smites.
So your slash hit against it. So like you're wielding your new sword, and you try to slash across the broad chest of this slug the first time around. But you manage to be short because you're like really intense and excited about like the stress of the situation. You see yourself miss, and you redouble your grit, focus, and lean in for another hit. This one hits true, cuts through the slug. Another blop plop of caustic ichor starts to bubble out of the slug's form, and there's like this poof of fire as you apply your smite to the sword damage for a total of 12.
I'll do. I haven't got anything else I can do, though, I don't think. No, so that's me done.
Alright.
I don't know what happened then.
That was Dungeon Master Secrets.
Hi,
it's your turn.
Okay.
You can pick up the bag of salt as a free action.
As a free action, right? Okay, so I pick up the bag of salt. And what about making it in the vial and the arrow thingy for Yelena? Is that my entire
That's going to take an
action?
yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I'll still do that because it might be useful. It'd be interesting to see what happens. To be fair.
It's an experiment.
Yeah.
I mean, normally salt slugs not a good thing. So
We're here in
Yeah.
service.
Yeah.
We're here in the service of science.
Yeah. So I'll do my little bit of alchemical jiggery pokery and sort that out for Yelena and give it to her. And then that's me done.
All right.
All right. So I don't
quickest
have
turn ever.
that. Do I have that from him yet, or do
You
I have
do.
to wait another?
You
Okay,
do,
cool.
He already did the roll to see if he could put together this modified arrow. So he does that successfully, and so you now have one salt-laden arrow.
Salt-laden arrow. Okay, so I'm gonna try. Should I just roll the regular longbow?
Yeah, regular
Damage.
longbow far distance attack.
All right.
All right, you hit with a dirty 20.
So
You land your normal damage, but because you have the salt affixed, you do an additional 3d6 salt damage.
wow, nice. All right. So should I just roll the regular damage and then just add 3d6 after?
Yes.
Okay. Crap. Sorry. Wrong thing. All right. That and then.
All right. So you hit the slug for a total of 26 damage. It's looking pretty bad now. Like you have
Oh, good.
the tide
Finally.
has turned. You feel like you almost have the slug on the rope.
Cool. So actually, I get another shot, don't I? Not counting that other with the accidental roll I did.
You do. All right, 26 totally hits the slug. You hit the slug for 14 damage.
Nice.
Nice. All right, I think that's it for right now.
All right, we're on to Sprinkles.
Ah. I'm not like she's staying put because she's too injured to do all else. She probably has a lick at any of the salt that's still on the ground.
Sprinkles is sitting over there, and she's trying to lick the kobold.
And that.
Well, the
Maybe
kobold's
she's
like the kobold. She's not getting this because the kobold is still riding her, and she's like tilting her head up, and she's sticking her tongue out, trying to reach the kobold, but it doesn't make it. So, depth perception is not Sprinkles' forte all the time. She's maybe too young to understand this concept.
Yeah, she's not gonna. Well, even if she tried to attack, I'd keep her back. So, yeah.
All right. You know what? That worked automatically. The restraining damage happened.
Oh, cool.
And what? The fire damage potentially happens again?
Yeah, it needs to do a Constitution saving throw. So I'm guessing I can also do that from here.
Yes.
Hang on. That's ensnaring. I don't need that one. Searing smite. That's safe there. It failed. So
1d6 fire damage.
Ooh, I like the
5
5.
damage. Poof on this slug. The slug rages. It tries to it's still trying to break free.
Right, so I need to. It can do a save on that as well.
Mm-hmm.
So. Ah!
And so it successfully breaks free from your restraint. But that uses up all of its potential attacks for this round. I am going to check to see if one thing recharges. And it doesn't.
Right,
So
you could
that
probably
is-
remove the restraint from it then. I don't know how I can take it off from here.
Yeah.
Well, it was effective while it was in place.
It was.
I think I have like double effects on it right now.
So that one, yeah.
So
The only
left
thing
on
it should
it
have is fire. Yeah.
It just did the thing. Oh, okay. So the kobold's still tinkering with its cannon, and it can't seem to get it to work. So it tries to sling at the creature again. Misses though. And you hear the kobold go, "Ah, nuts!" And Terrell, it's your turn again.
Okay, then I'm just going to pile in with a standard hit. Because I'm going to use all my... Oh, I didn't cast that spell off me list. Hang on. Alright, there we go. I'm running out of spell slots. Die, bastard!
25 slash into the slug. You do 11 damage with your longsword.
And then I'll just go back in with another. Yes.
Another hit. And as you swing your sword a second time, this time you manage to slice this slug, what remains of it, in half. And it collapses into this pulpy, sizzling mess. But the giant slug is defeated.
Alright, question.
Yes.
Do we think this is a monster that's been killing everything down here and is what is wanted by, the authorities?
Could be. Do you want to chop off its head? So
That's what I'm
Yeah.
thinking. If we stick its head in a sack and
You're
take it.
thinking, if it's not the monster, you think it could totally pass for a monster in the sewers. You're
Mhm.
like, it's a
Yep.
monster, it's in the sewers, and there's a head you could chop off.
Right. Then I think that, please. I'd like to do that.
Actually, the head's pretty big. You could probably, maybe just grab an antenna. I'm not sure the head would be portable. You guys don't have a portable hole, do you? You just have a portable, a tea bag of holding.
Yeah, that wouldn't really hold it.
No
Will
bag
an
of holding.
antenna be impressive enough to make them think that we've actually killed something that is this big, or will they just think we're having them on?
You could pop out an eye as well.
You could pop out an eye.
But
Kai, you're thinking that, hey, this is a source of acid. You might be able to collect some acid for your alchemy.
Yeah, I'll do a bit of that as well.
So do a survival check to extract acid, and as well as for how neatly you dissect the remains of this I almost said squid, this slug for your trophy.
Yeah.
I mean, whoever's going to do the slug cutting, but
hang on.
Kai, your survival check is for harvesting acid.
Yeah, yeah.
But like, if like say Yelena, who's a ranger and actually knows how to do this shit, wants to be responsible for getting the slug trophy.
Yeah, I
can try.
I mean, I will, if on the assumption that you're going to move close to me to be up to the slug, I will guidance you, so you can have a 1d4.
All right, cool.
Okay. Kai, you don't do you fail.
Yeah, yeah. Goes without saying.
It's so bad. You get like some goop on your robes, and now you burn a hole in them.
Yeah.
You're looking patchy.
Yeah.
It's kind of embarrassing.
All right, am I taking a shot?
Yeah.
So what is the check? Nature?
Survival.
Survival.
For slug harvesting.
Hey.
And
Yay.
Yelena
Don't need it.
No problem.
Exactly.
She expertly dissects a slug like she does it every day. And she easily chops off an antenna and an eyeball all in one neat little piece and rolls it up tighty-whitey into a piece of oilcloth and tucks it into her bag.
Nice.
Which I will make as an item at some other point. I'm just making a note. Sometimes I feel like it helps to reinforce with notes, even though when I manually write down notes, it's very slow. Now, you look around this tunnel. Actually, the kobold still writing Sprinkle is like, are there any? Hey, I think I see starties. Look over there in the corner.
What, behind the slug?
Like
or is he trying to distract us?
Behind the slug, you find some desiccated bones of fallen adventurers where the acid has just eaten away everything and just left the clean bone behind. But you find a bag.
What's in the bag?
What is in the bag? Oh, oops, I'm opening the wrong thing. I'm sorry. Sometimes I wish like instantaneously Fantasy Grounds did what I was thinking rather than me having to actually click things. Oh! Oops! I didn't actually prepare a bag of anything except for the acid. But hey! You open up a bag and you realize that it is a bag of holding.
Woo!
Ah!
That'll work, that's fine.
So we just going to get the rest of the head?
So you can get the whole head now. Let me drag into your party inventory. So you have a bag of holding. You also find in this bag another 30 plaques. And like 100 gold.
Okay, that'll do.
So yeah, party now has that.
Cool.
It was a very shiny bag of holding.
Hmm.
Like it's made out of this gold laminate fabric. It's not old money. It's a very new money bag of holding. And I'm gonna distribute this gold amongst all of you guys, I think.
Okay.
Who wants the bag of holding?
Well, I feel like someone else should have it because I've got the shiny new sword, which actually worked out very nicely in that fight. So.
Yelena,
Do you want me to carry it since it's got the slug parts
well,
in
you've
it?
got the slug parts, yeah.
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 Okay.
Sure.
So there's still a little money left in the group kitty, but otherwise it's been distributed to you guys, so that you all are now approximately 29 plat and 78 gold and some change richer. So that's
Cool.
like all in all about 350 gold richer
Yay.
for the stuff that you've done in the sewer so far, I think.
Hmm.
So Slug Dead. Kobold is like are gradually like climbing off of the owlbear and is like, nice meeting you. And like Sprinkles is like turning around and trying to lick it again. And as the last little trails of your speak with animal spell wear away, Yelena, you hear Sprinkles say, "Oh, it's not a goblin. It's something else." Still tastes like chicken. And the kobold starts to scamper down the tunnel away from you guys.
Godspeed, little dude.
So you're just gonna let him go?
I don't know. Did he have anything that we needed? It's not bothering us, right?
No, I can't think.
Unless
you want
it's
to
like,
shout
hey, wait. Have you seen a woman?
and
with
two
the-
dwarves.
What? You talking to Squealix?
Yes.
Oh, yeah, I see people sometimes. Yeah.
Tonight.
Yeah. Squealix keeps out of their way though. 'Cause you know, people are weird. Stranger danger.
Oh yeah, if they come down here, they're weird.
Yeah. Squealix normally just keeps the rats. Squealix is a rat catching kobold. Yeah. Making money. Gotta get those coins. Gotta catch them all. Yeah, I saw people down here tonight. They were up by the Emporium.
Up by the Emporium?
The Emporium, yeah.
Where we came in.
There used
Okay.
to be a lot of rats over there, and Squealix would catch them all. But then the boss guy owns it. He put a trap out. Think it was
For
a
the-
kobold trap. So yeah, Squealix has been keeping away, but then he saw these strangers go into the Emporium, and I followed them because I'm a sneaky kobold. And someone blew up the trap, and it was funny. But it only killed one of them. So the other ones, they like broke in, and then they like grabbed a bunch of stuff, and then they left. But Squealix hid, because Squealix is tricky. But yeah, Squealix stayed out of sight while these the robber people were stealing all the stuff. But there were some other people, and they weren't as sneaky as Squealix. And they ran into him, and then they started chasing him. And Squealix kind of trailed behind and watched the whole thing. It was pretty entertaining.
we're looking for a woman and 2 dwarves that came down this evening.
Yeah, those are the guys that got chased.
They got chased by the guys from the Emporium.
Yeah, by all the robber stranger dangers.
Right. Did you see which way they went?
Well, they kind of came this way, you know, like, oh, well, at first they, like, came all the way, like, they crossed that water place.
Mm-hmm.
They crossed the bridge, and they ran across the bridge, and then the lady and the dwarves, they were trying to climb up the rope to get out of here. Yeah, but then, like, the bad guys, they were, like, chasing those stranger dangers, chasing them, and then they started fighting. And they fought. But, like, the lady and the dwarves, they weren't any chumps. They, like, killed some of them, but then they, like, got overpowered, and they taken prisoner.
Okay.
Right.
And then they left to the northeast. But then the bridge collapsed before all of the guys got across. And the stranger dangers was like, oh, that's just evil because they're stupid. But Squealix is stuck over here now. Like all the rats, the good rats are either by the Emporium or they're in the northeast, you know? But are you guys gonna go to the northeast?
Yeah, it sounds like so.
Yep.
What we're saying that the guys who were robbing the Emporium have got Bellafauna and the dwarves prisoner, and they've gone back that way over the bridge. So, should we give the kobold a lift over?
Yeah. I mean, don't we have our little makeshift bridge?
Did we move it in case anyone?
Yeah, you moved it. It's on your side right now.
All right.
If you go up there, when Squealix comes up there, Squealix, well, the trash god lives up there.
The what?
The trash god.
The trash god.
Yeah. Whenever I pass by the trash god, I throw a rat in tribute, so it doesn't eat me.
Okay.
Hey, have you seen cause I told you I saw people you stranger. Hey, what's your name? You're not strangers.
I guess we introduce ourselves. Hi, I'm Terrell.
Hi, Terrell.
Kai.
Hi, Kai.
Yelena.
Hi, Elena.
And Sprinkles is a big fluffy one who's trying to lick you.
Hi, girl. Have you seen the Rat King? He's like
No.
a really big guy. He's made like totally of rats, and if I kill him, cause I hunt rats, you know, I'm a rat hunter, you know. I got my rat cannon here.
And he picks up the cannon that you tried shooting the giant slug with earlier.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm gonna hit him with my rat cannon, and if I kill the Rat King, I'll be jackpot. Must be worth 1,000 rats. Booyah!
So
I
he's
never
a rat king.
Yeah, if I ever find him, I'll be rich.
And you say it's a big guy made of rats.
Well, he's got rats all over him. The guy who runs around with rats, he's the Rat King. It's in the name.
There's some weird people down here.
Well, you know, the first two, they give a copper for every rat you kill. And if I kill the Rat King, I'll be like, me the money. So have you seen him?
Not yet, but that certainly concerns us.
Mm.
Yeah, well, if you had seen him, you'd probably be dead, so, okay, that makes sense. Yeah, if you give me like a little hitch across the bridge that isn't anymore, yeah, that'd be really helpful. I
All right.
appreciate it.
We can do that.
So you guys go back to the bridge area, help him across, and we're gonna take a little adventurers break because it's been 2 full hours.
Woohoo!
Woo!
Right,
Okie doke.
back shortly.
Alrighty.
Cool.
We are back also.
Yep.
I put you back like kind of towards the drainage culvert. I don't know if that's right. The drainage tank.
Uh-huh.
Where the dead body is still floating in the water. There's still a box floating in the water there. You've moved your makeshift bridge over.
Is Yelena back yet?
I'm not sure Yelena's back.
Yeah, Elena might not be back. So I'll like stop talking.
Sorry.
I don't know. I felt like I was like giving you like, you know, while we're waiting, let me just like tell you this, why I moved you and stuff. But then now I realized that yeah, I'm just telling you information I have to repeat when Elena's back.
Oh dear.
Brain does not always catch up. My cat Duncan has this cute little thing. When he's excited, he gets excited about something, or when he sees me sometimes he's like, hey, I like you, and he starts running toward me with like this really jaunty step, and it's the cutest thing. It just like makes my heart grow 3 sizes, because he's like, he likes me, he's excited to see me.
Oh, bless.
Such a good boy.
Yeah.
Yeah. Bane of lizards, but sweet to me. So how do you guys feel about the slug battle?
That was cool.
Yeah, it went well.
Yeah, I rolled amazingly well. Usually I try and do something that'll stop them doing it all and fail miserably and then die.
It was
Looking
very
at your hit
effective.
point.
I'm back.
Kobold.
Yay!
Yay, welcome back. Looking at okay, Sprinkle's pretty dinged up. Terrell, you are somewhat dinged up. You're less than half your hit point.
Some of that's from Yelena.
And
Sorry.
the kobold is a little bit less than half their hit points too.
All right.
But Yelena, you only got the injuries from before, I think.
Right.
And Kai, I think you only have injuries from before.
All right. Well, I've got lay on hands. So how about I do a lay on hands to both myself and Sprinkles?
And I'm going to say that the kobold has a healing potion in their bag.
Oh,
It doesn't look like any healing potion you've ever seen. It's like green and oopy. But it downs it and it recovers 6 hit points. Life's hard out here in the streets for a kobold. Hard out here under the streets. So you've kind of moved in the direction back towards the drainage tank. You've got your makeshift ladder, path, bridge, whatever. Yeah, across the drainage tunnel headed north. There's still the pathway to your east that is got some rapid flowing water, the water that is draining into this tank, but because there is a valve underneath that is open that you concluded earlier, the water is draining out of the tank and the water level is not rising. You do notice at this point, which I didn't mention before, there are some pipes in the wall, like some drainage. Like,
So I'm still hearing slug noises.
and I don't even have it. Maybe let me reset it, because like I changed when I had the sewer tunnels on, but it's still like doing
gurgling noises.
I'm gonna stop it and I'm gonna reset it, because it is still playing that battle instead of playing the just straight tunnel like I wanted. There we go. I think that's what happened to me when we played Pathfinder the other weekend. It was on the mummy battle for so long. And you guys were doing all this other stuff, and there were these like zombie noises in the background the whole time. But you're like splashing around. You see like to the east, what I was saying is it's kind of like a pool where it has like those certain places that filter, bobble, overflow water, like your sink, that little hole that keeps the water, it leaches off a certain amount of water to try to keep the sink from overflowing. So that's going on in this drainage tank here. But they're like these narrow little pipes. The pipes that are in the walls of this drainage tank are not enough for anybody to swim in unless they're like, say, a rat or something. They're tiny creature sized. But you do see there's some of that available, like that must be like when the valve is open, that's probably what keeps it from overflowing. But you see the dead body is still floating down below. The crate is still down below. To the east, there seems to be rapidly running water that is flowing into this tank. And the water coming into the tank seems cleaner, looks much, much cleaner than any water you've seen before, but it's frothy because of the rate that it's flowing. It's like rapids.
Okay.
I'm going to ask the kobold which way the stranger dangers went.
Northeast? They went
So,
that way.
And he points to the rapidly running water.
right.
You could get there that way too, like in a roundabout way.
And he points north, but then he points at Sprinkles. And he says,
I don't know if it works for really big stuff, though. It's a tight squeeze. I think that's why those guys, the stranger dangers, didn't go that way because they had the big boxes.
Right.
So do we want to try and go the other way then?
Where the water is?
Yeah.
I think we're going to have to, aren't we? I mean,
But Squealix is little, so I'm gonna head off north. Yeah, because I'm little and I can squeeze.
okay.
So, see you, suckers. Catch you later.
Bye.
Bye. Thanks for your help.
yeah,
Bye-bye.
the kobold bobs out of sight, and Sprinkles tries to give one last lick as he goes. But let's see, but he dodges out of the way. And you hear a little whoop of disappointment from Sprinkles as he doesn't get any more licking of the kobold. Or she doesn't get any more licking. That's the sentence I did not expect to be saying today. Okay. So, you were at this culvert. Your ladder goes north-south across the water. I think we established before that from your ladder, it's only about, I don't know, a 6-7 foot jump to the ledge on the other side. But it is a standing jump, possibly. I don't know, you might be able to run a little bit and then kind of leap to the side.
Could we not use the bridge to sort of like do a diagonal from... And I'm trying to draw.
There's not quite enough room to pivot. However, I could have like you can make a
Like that?
You can make a kind of like a check to like have Kai make adjustments to his original construction so that he adds an extension to the ladder that goes that away.
Yeah. Should we try that?
So like say you spend like do an arc. I don't know whether this should be an Arcana or survival check. Roll whichever one is better for you, and somebody can assist and give you advantage.
Oh, I'll give him guidance.
Or you guys can roll separately.
Boo!
Showtime.
Here I was. I didn't say it, but I was silently feeling smug to myself that I had only eaten one moonshine cherry this session. That'll teach me. So, Kai makes this quick track, and you guys run along with him. It's basically Kai and Yelena like running like up the tunnel that you've already been on. You hop over that statue that has the ruby eyes. You you like kind of dip into the room that has all the trash, dodging around the steam jets, grab up a couple supplies, tip, run your way back, and about 20 minutes later, Kai has duct taped together an extension on this ladder. It seems super sturdy. He bounces up and down on it a few times. No worries. This is the best. This is the best bridge ever. And he's
Oh, can we
fastened
get that? Can we get that statue in the bag of holding?
You can totally get that statue in the bag of holding.
Wow. Okay.
It's like Terrell's the only one who's really strong enough to like pick it up. But Terrell kind of like has to like, pivot and like heft it and dump it into the bag of holding. But you got the statue now.
Awesome.
Let me find that statue and put it in your inventory.
Big ass statue.
Big ass statue. I do have a statue though. I had the spoon in my mouth because of the moonshine cherry. Okay. Oh, if I'm talking funny. Speaking slugs now. Okay. I did have it. Just in case y'all wanted to do something with that statue.
Well,
Did we determine if it was the statue that we were supposed to be looking for?
It is not the statue that you're supposed to be
All
looking
right.
for.
No, but I imagine somebody's looking for this, and hopefully,
Yeah, we can give it back. And
We can
claim
give it
a
back.
reward.
yes.
Or hold it for ransom.
So you have this obsidian statue. It's about 6 feet tall. Weighs a chalking lot. Yeah. Like, I have 60 pounds on it, but it weighs more than that. It's more like 100-something, 150 pounds.
But in the bag of holding.
It's in the bag of holding, so now
It's
it
like a
doesn't weigh
feather.
anything. It's like a feather. Yeah. I mean, you can't even bench press that. It's not even enough to like work your
Noodle
triceps.
arms.
Yeah, your
Mm.
noodle arms. Actually, it probably is perfect amount of weight for you, Kai.
Yeah.
But yeah, you got the statue now. So that was just an extra. But your expertise in fashioning this makeshift bridge is it's excellent because you're like a Boy Scout who's putting together a whole Swiss Family Robinson treehouse on a weekend camping trip. Like you've made it so that you've done this kind of like hinge thing where like the extension on the bridge can like flip over to the side and like reinforce the north to south portion when not in use. And you like adjusted a couple little fasteners so to give it more like attachment to like the north and south portions so that it's more stable and not likely to move when a creature as large as Sprinkles is going across it. So you're feeling pretty pleased with yourself about your craftsmanship. And now you notice when you do put this extension in, it is pretty much covered by water. That's how good it is, because the water, the rapid flowing water, does not dislodge it. This stretch of the sewer tunnels does seem to be the cleanest yet. Like the channel water is frothy from its rush down the incline, but it's clear. And the channel, the water seems to be about 3 feet deep, like, or at least probably waist height, on like Kai, on all of you. Along the sides, though, the stone underfoot is raised, and it's only ankle deep if you walk along the side ridges.
Okay.
Are you doing
Do that.
anything about the body down in the doopy doop?
I mean, how difficult would
And-
it be to get it?
And the other tank down there. It is about 60 feet below, with the water at its current height.
Could I fashion a rope ladder?
You probably could.
If we've
Why
got
not
10
try?
hours.
Do a survival or arcana check. I'm basically giving you like artificer superpowers for being an alchemist, even though you're not an alchemist. Like you're an alchemist, but you're not an
Okay.
artificer alchemist.
Yeah.
Okay, so you try to fashion a rope ladder, but the knots all fall apart. Like you're not quite getting your hitch and loop, but you do have a rope that descends 50 feet. that could be climbed down into the water.
Okay. Who wants to do that?
I'll go. Do I need to take off my armor? Will it?
Maybe shove me go, since you don't have to so you don't have to take up the armor.
The armor,
Okay.
the armor does make it trickier to swim if you have to swim any. But you don't have to necessarily take off your armor. But yeah, if Yelena wants to go down in the water instead.
You can do that.
So Yelena, do an athletics or acrobatics check.
Oh, before you go down, guidance. I'm fucking doing that for everything.
May Licky be with you. So it's
I'm
30,
good.
20, 30, 20, you shimmy down that rope, no problem. There's like a little teeny, like, it's not quite in the water, so you have to let go the last few feet and tread water when you get in there. But as you look around, you see like the valve down below, about 10 feet below the surface of the water, but it's pretty clear in here, so you can definitely pick that out. There is a crate down below. Well, it's not completely down below. It seems to be like floating a little bit. Like whatever is in here, the buoyancy of the wood is actually outstrips whatever. Let me take that back. It's floating at the bottom.
It's hovering.
This is me remembering what I said before, but it's on its end, so like it's very
But I have
close to the surface of the water.
I have a crowbar.
And you have a crowbar, and you flip the dead body over. It is not anyone you know.
Good.
They are wearing dark clothing, something that you would think is, totally shady clothed behavior. Like, obviously, they don't have anything on them. Well, like, you search their pockets, and let's say you do find a mask of the Black Earth, but they were not wearing it. They're wearing, like, standard thieves' dark clothing, like they were up to some shady business. You also find that they have a wallet in their coat that has some coin in it, and there was a pack on their back. And since they were floating face down, the pack was kept out of the water the most part, and so it wasn't waterlogged.
Mm-hmm.
And let me see if I find this stuff. You find some coin. I don't know why I opened what I just opened. You find like 30 gold, some silver. You also find a card in their pack, as well as it's just standard adventure supplies, like their sleeping pallet and some ball bearings and a crowbar, that kind of stuff. But you also find a card. It's gray cardstock, and it has some holes punched in it. And it seems to on the label it says that it is a frequent bather card for the Steam and Stone Bathhouse in Secomber. It's also like in this pack. It was also like in this leather purse that was treated. It was like oiled leather, so it somehow managed to avoid being waterlogged.
So something maybe we need to check out.
Yeah, and what was the cat? Sorry, tell me again what that is so I can write it down.
Bathhouse.
It's in the
Frequent bather card. Does it have little punches in it?
Yes, it does. It says it's in your party inventory. It
Right.
says with every 12 baths you get the 13th free, and there are 10 out of the 12 holes are punched. Rather than it being a little circle, like a standard little circle punch hole, it is a rather intricate little kind of like a chalice shaped punch hole. But it seems to be a place that this cult affiliated person has frequented.
Okie dokie.
Now, if you turn your attention to the crate and pry it open with your crowbar, inside you find a box of various turquoise animal figurines. So altogether, they're made out of like that beautiful blue stone. But each individual one is small, but each one weighs about 5 pounds. So altogether, they add up to about 100 pounds.
How much can we carry in the bag of holding?
You have cubic foot, like the weight I don't think really matters. It's all like cubic size. And consider you just have one statue and a slug head, and there's not that much stuff in there yet right now.
Okay.
Statue and a slug head.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Statue
As you
and a
do.
slug head. It's not that much. It's pretty empty. So there's plenty of
Ish.
room for you to just toss these figurines into your bag of holding.
Guess take them as well if we're going to try and return stuff back to the Emporium.
All right, I put that in the party inventory. Everything else that you see down here is pretty mundane. The only other thing you can interact with is the valve.
We want to see what the valve does.
Now, should we?
Well, yeah, because like, if we shut the valve, then it's just gonna flood the entire system.
Right.
Well, that's why I mentioned that there were some outlet pipes and stuff in this tank that seem to be related to overflow. That siphons off water from this holding tank. So the tank is currently in the state where it is actively draining water as opposed to retaining water.
So presumably if we turn the valve, it'll stop the water from draining, but it won't fill completely because of these outlet pipes.
It won't overflow, theoretically.
Right. But would that benefit us anyway? Apart from making us have it
easier for Yelena to get back up.
Well, yeah, she could just float back up rather than climb the rope. And it would also make it so that anyone could probably swim across if they knew how to swim.
Well, if them buggers come back, we don't necessarily want to make it easy for them, do we, sir?
I mean, I can climb back up that rope, I'm sure, right?
Okay.
Yeah, there's just something a bit dodgy messing about with sewer system that,
Luckily, though, this section of water doesn't seem to be poopy.
Right.
Lovely.
This is the start. It seems to be pretty clean water.
The clean water is part of the sewers. All right, should I just climb back up, I guess?
Sure. Yeah. Let's see if we can find these buggers that have nicked Bella Fauna.
It's like a fine mist of spray in the air from like the rapid moving water, but here again, the stench right here, is not so bad. Even though there's like a dead body below, it's a fresh dead body. So like it's pretty nice. I guess technically this is contaminated water now. So there's like this little mental check off, like, well, I hope this isn't where Secomber's potable water comes from. But okay. Maybe we'll tell somebody if we ever run into somebody who would care that there's a dead body in their water tank. I don't know. But Yelena, climb back up. Roll another athletics or acrobatics check.
It says she's gone AFK.
She's AFK? Well, let's just assume she climbed up.
Okay. Well, if that's the criteria from now on, I'm going to be AFK every time I have to roll for anything.
Sorry, I had a sickly dog that went downstairs and she was trying to climb back up and she's hacking and coughing, so I'm back now.
Oh, that's absolutely. I mean, I figure it was something like that, and that's absolutely
animal crisis.
Yeah, fur babies come first.
Real life animal handling.
Yeah,
Yes.
exactly.
Absolutely. Natural 20.
All right, so what am I rolling?
I was going to make you roll an athletics check for climbing back up, the rope. But let's skip
I
that.
can-
Let's move on. Let's make
Sure.
progress.
Let's go.
So you climb back up, and you're back on the ladder. Everybody just takes the extension to the east.
Yes. Will
There's-
Sprinkles manage it?
Yeah, Sprinkles can totally manage it because you've got that extension. The water is kind of like just pouring over all of you. If you stick to the sides, it's only up to your ankles. If you stay in the middle, it is up to your waist.
I guess stick to the sides.
Are you taking the ladder with you? Because you have that bag of holding now.
What our makeshift bridge?
Yes.
Yeah, I don't know why I keep saying ladder instead of bridge. But yes, your makeshift bridge. Your expertly crafted bridge, Kai.
Yeah, perhaps we should.
Yeah,
And
you
I've
want to hold on.
probably made it that well that I've put little folds in it so we can make it. You
Yeah,
know,
it's like it's,
less cumbersome.
it's a collapsible bridge. Let me make a note of that.
Yeah.
It's like a collapsible 30-foot bridge, let's say,
Yeah.
with extension. Where's my pen? I was going to make a note of that, but I have no idea where my writing instrument is, so I guess screw that concept.
We need to remember.
I need to remember to
Grim,
add it to your
make a
inventory,
note.
though. Darn tootin'. Okay, so you guys are all on the east side. Let me reveal some more mappage. So, there's running water. I think I said that before. At least
Might have mentioned it.
at least hinted. So you don't detect any green slime in this tunnel. As your cursory glance, just doing the check from what you've learned about the sewers thus far, there doesn't seem to be any green slime here. It's like the walls have been scrubbed clean. The main sign that others have passed this way recently is as you turn the corner, you see that there are some flickering torches that are kind of makeshift mounted along the walls every 30 feet or so. So that there is some low light that makes it capable for Terrell to see where Terrell is going. But, well, you know, Terrell, you have that sword now that if you brandish it... God, I'm so terrible at revealing stuff because I'm talking and trying to reveal the map at the same time. And let me also, you have been holding on to this sword for about an hour now. And so I am going to say you have attuned to it. Faintly glowing long sword. You realize this seems to be some kind of rare relic that has ties to the Feywild and the forest. And you think that this is something you've heard your parents talk about, called the Bowblade. And it has a couple additional abilities at this point, but you think that this is the Bowblade in its simplest form. Like, you think you've heard stories of this being a weapon used by heroes in the past that have served Maliki.
Oh, okay.
And you don't remember everything about it, but you think that it holds great power, though you feel like you haven't tapped the limits of its power at this point, and that as you learn more, you might learn more about this weapon.
Okay.
As you develop as a hero. You also do note that it is not made out of metal. It seems to be completely out of like some kind of magically charged petrified wood.
Guys, this has got some cool shit.
Found cool shit in a fountain. It's a good thing you went down in that chamber.
It is. Right. So it says that. So I'm assuming I can do this now because I'm attuned to it.
Mhm.
So it says I've got a bonus action to cast Fairy Fire. So that will give us advantage on attacks, won't it, if I've cast Fairy Fire against something.
Mhm.
Benefits of listening to D&D podcasts. And when attuned, you can use an action to cast Sparking Bolts, cast 3 rays of lightning and hurl them at targets within 120 feet. Make +5
Which that's basically like a spell that acts like one of Kai's spells, but it's lightning instead of fire.
Okay. And then the light illumination. And I've got disadvantage on stealth ability checks with this.
But you already have that though.
Yeah, exactly. That's not gonna damage me in any way whatsoever.
Yeah.
All right, that is really cool.
Okay, so you figured that out, and so there's the glow from the torches in this sewer tunnel way. There's also a glow from your sword.
Oh,
You
Kai's
have it
off.
brandished. Kai's skipping down the sewer.
La 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 la.
You're just like traveling east, west, north, following along the path. All of you, and you travel for several hundred feet. This channel of rapids kind of winds. I'm slowly moving this map because it's so freaking big. So you travel for hundreds of feet. You maybe like walk for about 5-10 minutes. And then until you reach a point where walking along, you don't you can start seeing more pipe works. And as you get to the north, you see a little bit of trash entering this waterway from the east. There's still like at least a foot of water all across the stonework, deeper in the channel.
Is that where we came in?
Everybody roll a perception check.
I'm going to guidance myself. I'm not going to bother.
Oh, nice.
Man,
Cherry
Yelena's
time.
perception, it's like I can't get away with anything. It really is your superpower, Kim.
What, to get the DM drunk on moonshine cherries?
I mean, her perception is so good.
Yeah.
Which, it's fair. I mean, Yelena's a ranger. She's got this bow of far distance for a reason.
Exactly.
Because she can see shit. Woo. Hey, only 3 moonshine cherries a day, which is really good for me. Compared to the past couple of sessions, it's really, really low. So as you're walking along through this water, it's clear, but you've got to a section where there's starting to be a little bit of trash, and the water's getting a little bit murkier, like it's getting contaminated from some kind of crap coming from the east. Yelena picks out and catches Terrell before she steps too far, because Yelena spotted a bear trap under the water that was directly in her path.
Nasty.
That has been left behind by those who've come before and wanted to stop anybody from following in that direction. It is planted directly in front of the east. Once you get to this junction and there's tunnels to the west and to the east, the trap is planted in front of the eastern junction. Looking to the west, you see that there is a tunnel. It's leading to this room that is piled high with trash. It's a very narrow tunnel. It seems to be reinforced by a metal arch. Kai reasons that it has been put there to perhaps support something overhead, like perhaps this is a place where the tunnels were sagging, the foundation was wearing out, and is preventing a collapse, and it was reinforced with a metal arch. But this metal arch in place makes the tunnel especially narrow. It's no more than 3 feet wide, and you're not sure that sprinkles could totally squeeze through. But
Right.
based off of the scorch marks on the trash and the couple like burnt dead rat bodies, you're pretty sure that that's where you came in to the west.
Okay. Well, it's unfortunate Sprinkles can't fit through. We can't send her back to the inn, can we?
Yeah, not through this path directly. Now, as you've been walking through these sewers, there are multiple outlets. Like there's multiple grates. Like back at the hole, there was a grate overhead, and that's what Squealix suggested, that was the point at which Lady Belafana and Ragnar Redtooth and Badger Sweeney entered and tried to leave the sewers when they encountered the stranger danger cultists. But there are other outlets throughout these sewers, so I might not have actually like said hey ho, but anytime that there is a sewer grate, a manhole cover, you could treat that as something you climb up to into a road.
Okay.
And there might be different places where there are ladders to climb out to probably somebody's basement, but still it's not in the sewers, it's above ground.
Okay. I guess, Yelena, can you see any tracks? Anything to suggest which way they went?
Do I see anything? Perception?
Do a survival check for tracking purposes. All right. 24, absolutely. You definitely think that people have traveled to the east. You're just reasoning out at this point. You think, okay, these guys were carrying crates. It's obviously from your understanding. Well, you think if Elkhorn Emporium is to the west, maybe the northwest, from what you gathered your conversation with the kobold. And maybe I didn't make that clear. Then it might have been a quicker path to cut through from where you entered and just go straight east. But that metal archway was probably blocking their path from carrying large crates. And that's why they took that kind of out of the way winding path over the water tank with the bridge that fell apart. That's probably what they were doing. But between the trapping there, you think that they put it there to avoid encouraging traffic this way. And you see, as you start looking around for any clues to confirm that someone has passed that way, you catch sight of a little scrap of fabric that looks like somebody caught their jacket, or a dark cloak on something that's a sharp piece of stone along the hallway. So you feel like somebody's definitely in like shady clothes, perhaps passed east through these tunnels. You can't definitely pick out that signs of Belafana per se. And because of all the water, sprinkles, sniffery is impaired.
Okay.
So first off, can we get rid of that bear trap?
Yeah, I would assume that when I didn't make it visible, but when that person Yelena,
What's her name?
what's her name in your party, who ranges stuff, when she spied the bear trap, she was like, yo, and kind of was like, hey, don't step in that, and took care of it. I mean,
Okay.
I'm not going to totally make you disable it. I'm going to say she you poked it with a stick and moved it aside, shoved it aside with your crowbar or something, or a 10-foot pole if you had a 10-foot pole. So unless you want to try to keep a bear trap and put it in your portable hole, I would say you have shoved it out of the way and then use the crowbar to try to set it off so that it's not a threat to anybody in the future.
Okay. So we're going east then?
All right.
I think so, yeah.
I think so.
The tunnel to the east is wider than the one to the west, about 6 feet across. It runs at a slight incline, and it continues to be clean of signs of any slime. Still ankle deep, that slightly murky water now flowing toward you to join the rapids flowing south through the channel.
I'm gonna let Elena go first.
Straight ahead, about 50 feet, everybody, because Terrell has more visibility now, can see that the tunnel ahead ends with a chamber piled with garbage. But before that, about halfway down the tunnel, about 25 feet ahead of you, the tunnel seems to fork to the south as well.
What can I see down south?
You don't see garbage. It's just
Well.
it's just a dark tunnel. No more torches were put up down here.
So is the garbage piled high to the ceiling?
It's piled very high. Like, it's pretty obstructing your view of the extent of the chamber. It looks like there's some like large items have overflowed here. You're still far enough away you can't pick out like the nitty-gritty details. Like, it's a fuzzy God, my brain is totally farted now. It's not high resolution. It's not a high resolution photo yet. It's that dark vision, yo.
Right, so which way's the garbage? The east or the south?
East is garbage, south looks clean.
Right.
I guess we stay clean.
Sure.
No processed food and heading south. I don't know, I'm just like, oh my god.
That's it. They've kicked in, guys.
Do a perception check.
Everyone.
Yeah, everybody. Anybody who wants to perceive things. You can do one for Sprinkles too.
Hang on.
Okay. Also, are you heading south? Did you say you're heading south?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Mhm.
Just as you turn off the south hallway, Yelena, you think you hear some kind of unnatural sound, kind of low moaning burp coming
Excuse
from
me.
the east, coming from the trash tunnel. It seems more direct there. Also, everyone make a wisdom saving throw.
Ooh. Had to roll bad at some point, didn't I?
So, Kai, you're fine. You're unbothered. But you know what? You kind of grew up in the Underdark, so this is nothing weird to you. Nothing is weird. Tramping around the sewers, it's practically like running around the old neighborhood, except there's less spiders. But Yelena and Terrell, as you're moving to turn south, there's this like pungent cloud of like a foul vapor that comes blowing from the east. And you get this sudden unbidden thought in your head, fixating on the filth in these sewers, like all the shit and the offal and the rot that flows here among the other refuse. I mean, it's not just the sight and the smells and the sounds that are dominating your thoughts. It's like the sense that there should be more of it. That there, that's what sewers need. They need more excrement, more flesh. Let it rise to the ceilings, like more, more. And you feel like it's not yours, but you have this sense, this overwhelming, pervading thought in your head that filth is good and delicious.
Okay. Do we
Okay.
think Kobold said something about a trash god?
Yes, he did. Or they did.
So this sounds like it's something could be tied in with that.
Mhm.
If it's like its thoughts are infecting ours.
I'm fine. I just walk into her on
Guys, like, I'm trashy enough. Whatever.
Ooh.
But yeah, like there's these thoughts that keep running through your head, fixating on the trash that you have seen thus far and the carnage. And you like it's you struggle to get it out of your head, and you try to push those thoughts away and focus on something else. It's just like you're distracted by these runaway thoughts about flesh and rot and garbage.
Okay.
But it's like distracting, but it doesn't impair you from moving south as you continue your path.
What did the kobold say he did when he passed this way? He chucked something for him for the trash god. A rat, didn't he?
Did he?
Rat King.
Yeah. No, he wanted to kill the rat king, but he said he tossed something as a tribute to the trash god when he passed it.
Mm.
I'm just wondering whether throwing something would get it off his backs. And well, if it's not, I'll shut up.
You continue to move south. This tunnel is clean, continues to be clean. You don't see green slime overhead, or on the walls. You don't see any slug goop. It's just, damp, glistening stone, like it's been scraped or, as Sprinkles is wont to do, licked clean.
Oh no.
You turn the corner, and ahead of you, I'm so bad at. You see it outlets into a chamber. There is some garbage there, but not as much as the tunnel you looked down before. And from what you can see, there's a curious, line of demarcation that's kind of semicircular in form, where there is no trash, like it's been swept aside by something before it starts to litter along the ground in the water, sticking out here and there as little islands. And then as you look as much as you can further north to your left, there seems to be more trash. Like this is the fringes of where the heap of trash that was blocking your view of the previous tunnel. This is where that hill of trash begins and starts to grow in its in height and volume. So you're like
Okay.
on the southern fringes of the trash heap. Everybody roll a stealth check.
This won't go well.
Oh, I did not expect that. Sprinkles the stealthiest sprinkle.
Yes, the only
The
one that can
owlbear
be.
Staggering along, bleeding out, but she's still stealthy.
She's staggering along, bleeding out. She's still more quiet than the rest of you guys put together. Yeah. So you're clumping. Into this entrance of the tunnel. There's a clatter, and you hear another sound, another and then a swipe of some kind of sounds almost whip-like, something slashing against the trash pile. And Yelena, you peer around the corner.
I'm getting a bad feeling about this.
The room is shadowed. You see to the north the trash continues to heap high, almost to the ceiling. To the south, there appears to be a gate. The tunnel continues that direction, but there are metal bars with a door set in the middle that is closed right now. And you now pick out more clearly that that semicircle of clear trash is where that door has been opened recently. You also see that beyond those bars, there is an accumulation of trash that is covering up your view further south, maybe halfway. Like those bars are technically usually in place to bar trash, larger pieces of trash, from coming into the system. It's like a stop point. And that by somebody opening the gate recently, they let in a big swath of garbage, of larger objects to flow in to the north. There's a trickle of water gurgling underneath as it comes through from the south into this area. And now the water isn't just up to your ankles, it's up to your knees, about 2 feet deep. There's suddenly a thump, thump, thump sound. And Yelena, your head turns to the north. You pick out another sound among the drip drop of condensation and like kind of like the whip snap that hit your ears, the bubbling flow of water draining downhill. There's a low, methodical crunch of gnawing jaws, gnashing. There's a slurp. Something is round and dislodged from the mountain of refuse to the north of you, and it rolls down the hill toward you out of the darkness. And only a few feet away, maybe 10 feet away, there's this head of a dead goblin. Its eyes just starting to grow milky, staring up at you. And that's where we're going to end the session.
Yikes.
Yikes. Yep.
Okay.
Okay.
Run away.
So yeah, maybe you have stumbled upon the lair of the trash god, but you've
Well,
also
shoot.
stumbled upon probably a path that these cultists took further into the sewers, or to get out of the sewers. So we shall see. You guys have been pretty noisy.
I'm going to run out of spells if we have another fight.
So
That is a concern, yeah.
yeah. So yeah, it might also be tricky because you've been so loud. I don't know. You might hey, maybe you have something to throw at it to appease whatever this trash god is. But if you don't, well, we'll find out next time.
Well, we've got plenty of stuff. I'm sure we can throw something at it.
I mean, at a push, we could throw the slughead at it, but
You could throw Kai's expertly crafted bridge.
Oh.
For like a nice statue. Would you like a nice statue, trash god?
Should have brought a corpse. Dragged one of them with us.
Yeah, really.
Yeah. God damn it. Right.
Yeah. Okay.
Could always
So,
run back and get one.
so roses and thorns and whatever. I already asked Rach and Graham about like the slug combat, but how do you feel about the giant slug combat?
Oh, that was good.
Lots of fighty.
It was satisfying.
Yeah, I was saying it was just nice that what I actually tried to do worked, you know. I mean, I know it wouldn't have been. I guess it would have gone on longer if we hadn't got the advantage on us hits and stuff. So I'm just really pleased that I actually managed to get the ensnaring strike to work.
Because like Meta said that this giant slug was a bag of hit points, and it really was. I rolled poorly, so that that acidic spit thing did not recharge.
Right.
That almost took out Sprinkles.
Yeah, I mean, that was nasty.
Or actually, that wasn't what almost took out Sprinkles. That just did damage to you, but Sprinkles was just the hit. But because it was restrained, it didn't get to really hit you. It was like trying to escape, and it kind of cramped the giant slug's style being restrained like that. So yeah, that is really cool that worked. And it's cool that you fashioned that arrow, that salt arrow. Because that's an alchemy thing. That was like one of those things that like you can do with alchemy stuff is to fashion makeshift kind of arrow things. So that really
Yeah, that
makes
was
me
cool.
happy because it's like teamwork making the dream work.
Yeah. I thought it were a good fight. We just sort of like all sort of. I mean, Yelena just hits everything anyway, so.
That was a good feeling.
Yeah. Yeah, you do when you get to like just shoot arrows at something, you usually do a lot of damage. This is like a pretty steady, consistent amount of ass kicking or ass piercing, if you will. So that's pretty cool. I think the Sprinkles losing so many hit points. Number one, I didn't totally plan on that exactly. I don't know. I didn't plan on a natural 20, okay? Hitting Sprinkles.
Yeah, I mean,
That's what I didn't plan on. So that was kind of exceptional. But it also kind of like kind of thrust it home that like you guys have a certain amount of healing, but not a huge amount of healing. And this is going to be like a dungeon. This is a dungeon delve where you kind of have to like play off like when do we rest versus when do we take care of ourselves.
Mm.
And as you go further, that might be more of a factor. As you said, you know, if you like fight a trash god, you're gonna run out of spells, kind of thing.
Yeah.
So that is a consideration that you guys are getting to.
I'd like you say, not to mention, even with a bit of healing, I'm still like half my hit points down. So.
Anything else? Like, what are you guys thinking for next session?
Well, I mean, I'm kind of wondering now whether if they've been abducted by these stranger danger guys, do we need to continue traipsing around the sewers? Do we need to go back up and try and figure out where they've got us? So then I'm wondering whether we go back to the inn and rest and think about what we want to do next.
Yeah, because you did pick up that card for the Steam and Stone bathhouse.
Yeah.
Which is
so I don't know.
And I'm sure we could use a bath.
Maybe
Yeah,
leave.
definitely.
And yeah, after the sewers, you could definitely use a bath.
But obviously, it's what we want to do about this, where we are now. Do we want to see what this thing is? Do we want to try and appease it? Do we want to try and kill it? All that sort of stuff. So I'm open to whatever you guys think. I mean,
and this is a room with a manhole cover in it, so there is a way you could just climb out on a rope straight overhead.
How do we get Sprinkles out? Would be the question.
Yeah. So, but the thing is, you'd have to contend with whatever's in this room in order to safely climb out of the manhole cover that's in this room.
Mm.
But if it's moved, then it knows we're there, presumably, so we can't just run away.
The trash god, we can just chuck some at it.
It's like you've already attracted its attention, like it knows you're there, but how you manage that here forward, I mean, it's kind of like open to your strategy and I guess choices. Any additional like roses or thorns feedback?
No, I quite enjoyed tonight's session. It was just.
And you got a bag of holding, which I wasn't totally planning on. But I really thought I had created a parcel of treasure for that slug. But when I opened it, it just had acid, which Kai failed to get out of it. So I was like, well, that would be shitty to not give them anything after all that. So why not a bag of holding? Why not?
It's always handy.
Why not? I mean, it kind of depowers the tea bag of holding, but what are you going to... I just like saying tea bag of holding. Okay. Next time we play, theoretically, is going to be... Okay, the third Sunday would be April 15th.
Hang on.
Is that a problem?
Not according to my current calendar.
Okay. So
we're back to normal time then.
We should be back to normal time. Yeah, because you guys go daylight savings time 2 Saturdays from now or something. Okay.
It's next weekend, isn't it? We go
last Saturday in the month. Yes.
So yeah, we should be in sync again. It should be the normal 5 hours time difference next
Yeah.
time. Next time we do a game. And then Pathfinder's April 2nd. So April 2nd, April
Yeah,
15th.
got that.
Wait. Okay, that's right. Because Pathfinder's on Sundays. All right. Thank you guys, everybody.
Okie dokie. Thank you.
Thank you.
If there's nothing else.
Thank you.
See you again next time.
Cheers.
Yeah. Bye.
Bye.
See you guys.